So if everyone can hear me now, what we're talking about is, can you hear me now? Will you stop switching the views? That's what's fucking.
Well, I think I don't know what it's doing. What?
All right. So what I said was the first prepared remarks are in the first 10 minutes or so of what Powell has to say. That usually spikes the markets because they like what he has to say, because they are the prepared remarks and they're designed to be that way. The second thing is after that, you get to the question and answer period. And that's when people start to ask tough questions and he answers a little more off the cuff and things usually can get a little wonky. So we want to hear what he has to say. And if he has started his discussions, we want to know that and switch over to that so we can listen to it all together live here. We cleaned up a bunch of stuff in the account. If there is a big spike early on, then we want to take advantage of that and probably pull off and take profits and pull out of some things and try to preserve as much of the gains as we can get on that spike. I'm not saying there will be one, could be. Let's just wait and see. RIG, R-I-G, which is Transocean, obviously drilling rigs for the oil industry. Trader Z and I are seeing a lot of signals in oil and energy that's been percolating and percolating and percolating and just bidding up. We're seeing like Chesapeake today was doing well. Got a lot of stuff in the energy sector that's kind of vibrating at a pretty high level. We started picking off rig in the low sixes. Now it's, the low fives, and it's heading up. It's over 6 now, maybe like 612. Yeah, I think our last add to it was at about 620. This is one we had a 660 initial target on. I think the thing continues to go as long as we've got the energy sector moving. If anybody can remember 2022 when nothing else was working, look at that, energy was working. So energy was working when nothing else worked. And so when you see energy working like this, you have to realize that when things are tough, sometimes that's the only sector that's really working very well. I want to talk about a subsector that probably a lot of you don't know many of the symbols that are in this sector. And we laid a bunch of them out to our Hall of Fame traders family yesterday. We laid out some of the symbols that are there. If you're a subscriber, you'll be able to go to the wrap yesterday and see all the symbols for this subsector. And what I have to tell you is that the example that I'll throw out there today is BLDR. But there are 13 other companies in that sector that are badass, some of which you'll have trouble finding. But the reality is if you're a subscriber, you get in here. It's a 2-week free trial. Don't be a lame-o. Start doing business with people who make real money for you and stop listening to, the Kramers and the Paynes of the world who throw shit against a wall and hope that it fucking goes up, okay? The reality is that this subsector is righteous as hell, man. There are 10 to 13 stocks in this subsector that we've done a lot of work on. And if you look at the charts in this subsector, you're just going to go, holy smokes, how did I miss these? Okay. So
that's a great pick. I just pulled up the chart on that and I had to widen my
What kind of chart is that? That's like ridiculous.
If you call these 3 little things the gator, what is this called? This is like the dolphin.
Hey, if anybody out there doesn't know what the alligator indicator is, that's something else that we just taught here at the Academy. By the way, shout out to the Academy members that are here at the mansion. You guys are awesome. I'm so glad you're here. This has been one of the most incredible classes. They're fully engaged. They're asking lots of questions. They're super smart. This has been a lot of fun. Okay. I just got to tell you, this has been a lot of fun. Jay Donk is here cooking. Oh man. Tonight we're going to have
tonight's tomahawk night.
Tomahawk steak night. I've put on 10 pounds already. This guy is something else. And then we've got, Hippie Chick is here running the show. She's got her whole crew going. I mean, Monica's here. Connor's here. I mean, the crew here is just smoking hot. They're just doing a great job. And
the weather's gorgeous.
These things are fun. The weather's perfect. The ladies are actually sitting out at the pool right now in the bikinis. It's amazing.
Guys, I don't know. Look, with one of my many screens, I'm going to turn on and show you.
What?
Look at the view. Look at, well, you can't see that, but there's mountains out there. Mountains. There's sky. There's gorgeous palm trees. Y'all don't see there's mountains over there, and it's gorgeous. I guess you have to come out to see it, but it's gorgeous out there. But
why are you showing the neighbor's roof? Hey, look, the neighbor's running around without a shirt on. That guy owns a bunch of cannabis stores.
Oh, look, Z is actually on. Look, he actually makes sure the
resident genius is here.
Yeah. He's a very humble. He's a very humble individual.
All right, so yeah. So I don't know, the BA thing, we just cover it when it's over. Right? So I forgot. I dropped it off at Denny's. I gave it $10 and said, take a flapjack special, and I don't know your name anymore. No, I got it. So we've had a lot. AVAV, we talked about that. If you believe in all this war stuff that's going on, AVAV is the perfect. No, drones, baby.
That's what I said.
Drones and war.
Yeah. So
yeah, AVAV. So what we said before the last earnings, I think we were in the stock around 123 to 126. Stock jumps to 150 or something on the earnings. Why? Because their earnings or revenue, I think, was up 90% quarter over quarter. Unbelievable, man. So if you're a management team and you make drones and you got, Blinken and these other neocons, blowing up a new country every 3 months,
right?
And you can't make money, then there's something wrong with you.
No, I agree.
These guys are selling lots of drones.
I agree. I bet on PDD prior to earnings. And Dutch, I tell you what, he almost lost it. He's like, I'm not buying it. He's like, you're going to get bagged on it. And I tell you
Which
what.
one was it?
And the Pinduoduo, the Timu, live like a quadrillionaire. PDD.
PDD?
Papa Delta Delta.
China.
Yes, exactly. I had to sell it at before the open. I'll tell you what it did. This thing blew away earnings, and it sucked up everything, went all the way down to negative for a moment. It was up, 20% pre-market.
Right.
Went all the way down. And that's why you say to be weary of the China stocks. It's because they don't play correctly, regardless of the political side.
Some of them make you a lot of money, but here's the point. You got to make a ton of money when you're playing the Chinese stocks, because you never know when they're going to basically just say something crazy and the stock goes from 25 to 2. I mean, it's already happened. Okay, I'm not making that up.
No, it's
already
true.
Happened.
It's true.
And back in the day, I remember the day, because I'm old, but I can remember the day when all of their financials were basically fibbed, total lies. They just filed phony financials with the SEC. So, anyway.
We would be remiss if we didn't say what Trader Z is going to say. Bonds have to catch a bid, right?
Hey, David, thank you for that big contract with the United Air Force today. That's why BA bounced, a big contract with the Air Force. Do you guys think that NEO ever has a shot? Electric vehicles. Phooey.
Phooey. that means no in dogland. That's how when I was a canine handler.
Phooey.
Oh, wow, what happened? Look at that. That's the NEO chart.
That's what I'm telling you. Phooey.
I've been on safer roller coasters.
I mean, we should have never done that Rivian trade. That was my bad, because I let that come. We got the signal, it looked good, and then I'm like, but I didn't take the next step, which is what else is happening in that industry right now. And the reality was, you had Tesla missing numbers and getting, downgraded at other firms. You had Fisker talking about how they might be doing a bankruptcy.
Yeah.
And so the whole industry was getting, battered. And when we put that trade on, it had to lose. And, that was my bad. I eat that. Okay. So NEO, phooey.
So TNA,
not till things happen there.
That has always been a carnivore favorite for some reason.
Purple Music wants to know if I'm going to have an electric motorcycle. Phooey.
Well, I hope so, because I went into that electric motorcycle stock that we bought earlier in the year, and I still have like 10,000 shares of it.
No. So I say to the dogs, no.
She's like, no. Do you? And what does she say back?
To the dogs?
Yeah.
She goes, okay, so the 10 years at 4.27, it's off 0.2. That's okay. Down is better than up. So let's see. Dow's up 118, Nas up 73. Stocks are making people are making their bets here, right? So have they released the stuff? You don't know.
Yeah, well, I was listening. I was trying to listen, but I was more interested in what you were doing. I was like, oh, that all sounds great. I was more interested in making the money.
What's the Fed? I'm wondering if there's any, should we be blowing out anything? That's the bottom line.
Well, AMD still looks a little weak. Not sure why that is not going, but I don't know. Here's the question: is now does the incoming fade start, or does it wait?
Well, that's what I'm doing is I'm checking out. Should I be blowing?
Well, what's that one that's got that
Taking
big,
half
huge
of
green thing going on?
Half of these positions should
All
be
right.
taken off or what?
So y'all, it's funny to sound. So this is a lot of times what it sounds like when everyone's going through, the guys on the trading desk. This is how everyone kind of talks. It keeps everything a little light. This is some really
Hey, look at this. It's a letter from my girlfriend when I was in high school.
right.
Dear Dutch, it looks like you lost a lot of weight. I wish I was still with you.
Boy.
No, she didn't say that.
Yeah, I'm just looking at coin. I just want to see what coin. Give me this computer.
Shut
damn it.
up. Get off of my. Don't leave my mouse alone. I got to make some notes here.
Coin. Look at that thing. Should I buy more? What about band?
Oh, you're such a.
What
You're so FOMO.
Hey, foam, I am. You're 100% right. You're so true. Maybe after the fourth academy, I might get over it. People are excited. People are just excited.
No, the answer is you go and take profits.
Correct.
When you get a pop like this before the guy opens his mouth and starts raining on the parade.
Correct. Yeah, I lightened up right
I mean,
about
that's
205.
that's what we would do. That doesn't mean it's what you should do. It doesn't mean it's the right move. Okay, we can be wrong.
Right. So about 205, 210. I lightened up on some stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I figured it would come back, but it doesn't
Yeah.
mean that I'm not getting ready to jump back in.
I see Randy's on board. Randy. IWM, baby. Moving on. What, are people yelling down there?
No, I don't know what's
Okay,
going
anybody
on.
getting hurt?
I
Are we
don't-
ready to go?
No, it's
Are we live? Is anybody hearing us? I don't even know anymore.
Yeah, they hear us. We slept.
I thought
we
you were
slept
saying
6
this is a
minutes.
great try. I was saying, yeah, look, I'm saying if you're heavy like in margin and stuff and mom won't answer the phone and give you more margin money, then you got to pay off your margin. Do it when you get the bounce.
That is very true.